Hi guys, what's going on? You already know what time it is. Welcome to another exciting episode of One-on-One Talk with your boy Pico City Brown. That be me. Big Bo, what's going on, nephew? How you doing, man? Still waiting on you to come over here. But how's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's having a blessed day and a great day today. You know, it's almost the weekend. It's getting there. We got 2 more days and it's party time. It's Friday. But if you are going out and enjoying yourself for the weekend, I just want everybody to be careful out there. And if you're going to drink safely and drink responsibly and never, ever drive drunk. So, with all that out the way, you already know the routine. This is One-on-One Talk with your boy Pico City Brown. Hey, if you're new to the channel or if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel on YouTube, feel free to run over on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. That's Pico the City Brown, One-on-One Talk, PTSD. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube, hit the like button on YouTube. You can also go to TikTok and follow me on TikTok at Pico City. That's PECOCITY. Hit the follow button on TikTok. So there you go. Now I'm all over the place. But I want to thank my listeners. I want to thank everybody for participating in the show before we start. So I always like to give, like I always say, I always like to give flowers before I start, while you're still here. So this topic we talked about this topic a while ago, but I said I was going to do a part 2 about it. And just the fact that it's been on my mind heavy because I've been seeing some things that really puts it in a perspective of things. So tonight's topic is, I labeled it, why people find themselves in toxic situations, in toxic relationships. Why do they always find themselves in toxic situations, in toxic relationships? Well, I can go on for hours and hours about this, but I'm not going to do that because people being in certain situations is simply, we're human. God gave us all freedom of will, freedom of choice. He gave us all of that. And man gave us pretty much the same thing. But the reason why people be in toxic relationships, and that's including man and woman, is simple. It's because they want to. Now, it's a lot goes with that because they want to syndrome. So let's dissect it for a minute. There's a lot of different ways I can go about this. It's actually because one, I'm not saying it always starts off like that, but it can start off from a family. Well, you remember that you say generational curses, family curses. It's because the parents were toxic. Now, I'm not saying this in all situations, so please don't get me wrong. Sometimes the parents do be toxic. They be toxic, and the mother and the father, or the mother, the boyfriend, or whatever, or the father, the wife, the father, the girlfriend, because I don't leave nobody out. They do toxic things around these kids. They be beating each other around these kids. They cuss each other out. And like I said before, the men don't tell their kids, their sons, how to treat a women. The women don't tell their daughters how to treat a man. And everybody, and when these kids grow up, it's the same thing that was in the household. Now, they may be older and on their own now, but it's still the same thing in the same household. Marcus, what's good, man? I'm sorry, I did see you pop up here. How you doing, bro? So it's pretty much like a family trait, man, and monkeys and monkey do. So, but toxicity is more than just a relationship. It's more than just mental abuse, verbal abuse. It goes deeper than that. You can have toxic ways about yourself, and you don't even have to be violent to anybody. It's the company you keep. It's the things that we do. It's the things that, like I just said, the company we keep, the things we do. That can be toxic. We can have toxic traits that leads to being king toxic or queen toxic. Let's just put it that way. And we can blame a lot of things on being toxic, but we really have to point the fingers at ourselves, because everything we say and do, media, it's all toxic. I mean, look at the reality shows that's on TV. Look at them. Now, I heard this thing about Blueface and his girlfriend. I don't know if it's his wife. I don't know. I never watched the show, and 9 times out of 10 I never will, because I don't watch stuff like that. But They says a lot of toxic stuff going on. She beating on him, and I don't know if he ever beat on her, but he probably was going to beat her up. And these TV reality shows, Basketball Wives, and they want to beat each other up over he say, she say, and one of the women want to be better than the other one, and I'll do this to you. And they keep this in our minds. So when our kids see it, they be like, hey, they did it, so I can do it. It's always a trait from somewhere. And we sit and watch this stuff, and some of us actually live our lives off of this stuff. And whether we like it or not, all of us have traits of toxicity in us. All of us do. I mean, it might not be bigger than the next man or the next woman, but we do. If we look back on our lives and we really told the truth about things, we look back on our lives, we be like, wow, I did this, I did that, I hated on somebody, or she hated on me, I hated on her, and it's all, it's all a feel of being, it's all a sign of being toxic to each other, being toxic to your friends be toxic to you. It's like an ongoing cycle, man. So they thrive off this stuff from TV shows. And have you noticed, it's always the black shows. Of course, they'll throw a couple of white sisters in there. I mean, not white sister, white women in there, but it's never as bad as black women. And the black men in these shows, and they want to get on TV and just act a fool. But our young sisters see this stuff and they think, hey, that's the way to go. You know, I was watching the podcast earlier. I forgot the name of the podcast, but I like the show. It's the Three Brothers. When I get it, when I remember it, I'll put it on my page so you guys can check it out. It's three guys and they always talk to three different women. It's a pretty nice podcast. I mean, sometimes it get out of hand, but at the end of the day, everybody's back to whatever, back to normal, and that's a good thing. And the guy was like, man, I got friends. No, one of my guys be telling me the relationship ain't right unless we're arguing at each other. Or in some cases, the relationship ain't right unless we snooping on each other or beating each other up. And then some people, that's how they feel love. That's what you call being in a toxic relationship. And once you're in a toxic relationship and you don't want to change your ways to get out of it, you're going to stay in it. Either it's going to unalive you or it's going to unalive somebody else. Look how many people that's not here anymore because of toxic relationships, because they think it's love. I love him, I love her, she loved me, I love, stuff like that. And that's not love. Abuse, mental abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse, that's all traits of being toxic. Because when you do stuff too long, it becomes you. That's whether we like it or not, man. Let's just be honest about the thing, man. And like I said earlier, I'm sorry, my head itch. Like I was saying earlier, man, people stay in these relationships for years because, once again, it's the raising and the training they had. The raising and the training they had, and that's all they know. If your mother or father come from a bad batch of relationships until you're old enough to know what's going on, and you don't try to break that cycle, you're going to think that's the way to go. You're going to think, hey, guess what? That's how he show his love to me. Or that's how she show her love to me. And you know what I'm saying. But that's not the way to go. Nobody wants a peaceful relationship. Because when I watched the podcast earlier, I forgot those guys' name. But this isn't the first time I heard a brother say this or a woman say this. I don't know women, but I've heard women over their arguments and say, you know what? Sometimes I just go home just to get on his nerves. But see, if they don't have that toxic, those traits of toxic and that toxic love, they don't know how to act right about it. They don't know, because if they knew, who don't want to come home to a peaceful house? And they ain't even got to be husband and wife. They could be, if you're shacking up, I'm not saying shack up, but if you're shacking up, girlfriend, boyfriend, you want to come home to a peaceful house, because home is where the heart is. Home is a place of solitude, peace, and rest. You're already out there facing the world. You don't want to come home and face your spouse in that type of way. Cats chased you up the block and they trying to beat the crap out of you. You make it home and then he or she is tripping. Come on, man. The world is so crazy right about now. I don't want to hear that. Be happy. Be happy that I made it home. Nobody's happy. Nobody make it home anymore, man. Yeah, thank you, Tanisha. Yeah, who don't like peace? Now, don't get me wrong, because I'm not saying if you argue you don't have peace in your house. No, we're human beings. We're not supposed to be 100% accurate with each other. Okay, we're not. Sometimes, well, I had a talk with somebody that was yesterday, and we just was talking back and forth, and they was like, "Hey, I don't agree with everything you say in your show, but I agree with some of the stuff you say. I don't agree with some of the stuff you say. What am I supposed to say, man? You bogus. I've been doing this all these years, and all you can no. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. That's not a toxic opinion. That's just opinion somebody want. Heck, I don't as much. Hey, let's just be honest. As much as I liked Kevin Samuels, may he rest in peace, I didn't agree with everything he said. I'm not just a gopher like, he's right. Yeah, it was a lot of things he was wrong on. But guess what? It was a lot of things he was right on. A hell of a lot of things he was right on. You can sit up and watch a show, and you be like, man, you know what? I don't agree with that part, but that don't make that person a bad person. That don't make nobody a bad person. But hey, it is what it is, man. People be in these relationships because they want to. They love it. Why do a woman, and I'm not taking a stab at women, I'm just using women because it happens most in women's situations. When in these toxic situations and the guy's beating the crap out of them, or the guy's constantly hurting their feelings and putting them down and calling them all that kind of names, why do you think they stay? They stay because, one, we're human, we're old enough, we're adults, and because you like the mess you're in, that's why you stay. Because you're thinking there's a chance this person is going to change. But you don't have to stick around to make sure this person change. Evil begets evil. Long story short, man, that's just how it goes. And then when something happens, what's the first thing they say? Well, you know what? You don't understand. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know he blacked your eye or he pushed you down a flight of freaking stairs. Toxic, man. That's what you call toxicity at its finest. So whether we like it or not, that's just how it goes. It's up to us to change it. But hey, look, and it's so bad that within these reality shows, you got all our black sisters up there acting a fool. On national TV, the world sees us. The world. It ain't just BET and it's just closed off. You know how many people subscribe to BET or the rest of those channels? And what do they do? What do they do? You get out there, act a fool. Black woman, black man, you get out there and act a fool, and we'll reward y'all with a check. But show the world what y'all really capable of doing. We'll give y'all a check for it. And that's what happens. Nobody really stood up to say, hey, I'm not doing this. Because if you do happen to be in a toxic relationship, you shouldn't want to air out your dirty laundry on national TV. But nobody never thought of it like that. Girl, I gotta go home and watch this show. And the guys, man, I gotta go watch this and that. That's TV. Some of the stuff is fake on TV, but some of these reality shows, I don't know, they probably fake, but some of this stuff is real, man. Some of this stuff is real. So being toxic, it's all over the place. It's with, I only speak with my race, but you see it in white couples, you see it in black couples, you see it in Asian. It's everywhere because everybody got a point to prove, and I got to show that my gun is bigger than your gun. When are we going to learn that this is not the way to go? How many times you can count from when you was born till now? Have you heard anybody give nothing but positive vibes to everybody? No, because misery loves company. I won't get recognized if I get on this thing, or you guys can have a podcast and y'all just talk positive about everything or everybody. You giving nice compliments to people and blah blah this, that, and the other. I'll get a few views and you guys get a few views. But tomorrow, let me change my show and get to talking about the Pookie Ray Ray, the girls with the big butts. Oh, they come in first, man. Man, look. Me and my guys went out, man. This girl booty was fat, man. I tried to take that home and I smashed it. As a matter of fact, she let me go home with her and I did it. But y'all tune in tomorrow and I'm gonna tell y'all the details. This live will be packed out because we were prone to love negativity and hate positivity. That's not just with y'all, that's with me too. That's with me too. But guess what? We have to grow out of that. Some of us do grow out of it. And guess what? Hats off to the ones that grow out of it, because when you're a child, you're going to do stupid things. That's with all of us. When you're a preteen, when you're a teenager, when you're 20s, you're going to do everything crazy. When you hit that 3-0 mark, that's when stuff's supposed to start changing. I'm not saying you're going to bam overnight, but now you got to think about your future. You got people out here my age, older than me, the same exact age as me, and this is brothers and sisters, and still acting like they're kids. Still act like teenagers. They want to be cock of the freaking walk. Man, look, I got all these women, I got all these men, and they gonna do what I want them to do and stuff. That's what you call traits of being toxic people, whether we like it or not. Hey, what just happened? See how far you are from me or where I'm going. I am him, the creme de la creme, so important. It ain't my fault. I have no idea what just happened, but maybe I'll get back on. But as I was saying, it's crazy. It is so crazy. Wow, I don't know what just happened, guys. I lost the connection. I really lost the connection. I don't know what happened. But like I said, man, toxic stuff. Who wants it? Nobody wants it. Nobody cares about it. Hold on. But I guess we're back. So I don't know. Hey, I don't know what just happened. But as I was saying, we get rewarded for this stuff. They give us a big fat check and we can act the fool. You got the sisters beating the crap out of each other and calling each other all out of names. And guess what? That's another thing. Brothers and sisters, we need to stop using that D word because that's so degrading. No matter how we look at it, it's all traits of having something toxic within your life. Your parents, you probably had parents that used profanity all through the house. You probably did. I don't know. I wasn't at your house, but that don't mean if you come from a toxic background, you really shouldn't want to pursue that when you grow up or when you have kids, because monkey see, monkey do. And that's why these kids are all messed up. So it is what it is, man. What did I say? Yeah. So I know somebody just texted me. Oh, I think they say they back on. Okay. Well, there we go. So they taught us this stuff. Want a break? But I want to hear from you guys. Anybody that's on, I had a couple of people up. I lost connection now. It's only one person up there. I don't know, but maybe y'all still can hear me. What do y'all what do y'all think about the toxicity in relationships and situations? What do you guys think about that? Marcus, you got anything to say, bro? Tanisha, Aisha, I don't know who all else is on here. Hey, Robin, how you doing? AJ, what's good, brother? I don't know. Maybe you guys, if I'm wrong, just hey, let me know. Just let me know if I'm wrong. Or is being toxic a little bit? Is it considered a good thing, or is it just a bad thing altogether? Especially, well, we all know it's a bad thing when it comes to relationships, because you're in a toxic relationship. That relationship 9 out of 10 is not going to go far. Ooh, excuse me. It's not going to go far at all, whether we like it or not. And you don't have to be a man to be toxic. You don't have to be just a woman to be toxic. I mean, men and women can be toxic with each other. And if you got that toxic energy, keep colliding, ain't nothing gonna get better for none of y'all. You just as crazy as he is, and he just as crazy as you are. So we gotta think outside the box, because there's all different types of toxic traits, whether we want to agree with it or not. Some of us are toxic as all outdoors, and we don't even know it because nobody never set us down and be like, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that. One thing about people in relationships and in the black community, if nobody corrects your mistakes, you think you're doing good. And it's not like that at all. Until we can get it together within ourselves, at least try. Spread the good word, because we can't do this stuff on our own, whether we like it or not. So the thing is, how do we break this generational curse if we have that generational curse in our house? And when I say that, I don't mean everybody has a generational curse, because some people got off on the good side, but a lot of people got off on the bad side. They see nothing but violence, so they become it. Sometimes friendships are toxic. Don't know if you said that already. No, I didn't. I didn't, but I used the word situation. So yeah, we can let's throw that in there too. Yeah, friendships are toxic too. If you have friends, and that's what the brothers and the sisters, if you have friends and you trying to do what's right, and they keep pulling you down or pulling you on the opposite side, telling you, hey, let's go this way, let's go do this and that, those are toxic traits too. Because when you're toxic, you don't want to see nobody prosper. You don't want to see nobody prosper. But you're absolutely right, Tanisha. You're absolutely right. Friends can be toxic. We all had or still got toxic friends. And we know they're toxic, just the way they say things. Like, man, this dude crazy, or this chick is bugging. We all got it. We all got it. But we have to learn how to root out these problems, because if we don't root out the problems, it's going to make matters worse. Don't be scared to let toxic people go. I don't care if y'all went to kindergarten, through grammar school, through high school, through college. Y'all was in the same classes from sun up to sundown, all the way through. If that person is toxic, you just got to let them go. Because eventually, that toxicity is going to seep into your life. Remember, evil communication, corrupt good manners. Marcus, bringing one together with another that has his trauma in their life will spoil the other person. Oh my God, you ain't lying, man. If it's not, yes, exactly. I was just talking about that. So, say for instance, you go out, you're dating. I'm just saying, you're dating, and you meet a sister, and she come with nothing but bad news. I mean, bad news. And you stay around that. Next thing you know, y'all dating, and y'all been together for about a year, 2 years. You might not be as bad as her, but her toxicity is going to leak off into your life. Then next thing you know, what happens? She's cursing you out. Now you cursing her back. Now you cursing back at her. She raising her voice. Now you raising her voice. No, I'm sorry. Now you raising your voice at her. Now y'all constantly going at it. But at the end of the day, y'all cool with each other. Who want to be in something like that? Well, look, baby, look, no offense. You ain't even got to tell them you toxic. Baby, you know what? It was fun while it lasted. I don't think this is going to work. I don't think it's going to work, because we on two different game courts now. So I'm going to leave because we have to be, when we're in relationship with toxic people, we have to be smart. We have to be smart because the longer you stay, the worse it'll get. So you can't be scared. You know what? Guess what? We stand up for everything else. Leave, or guess what? Be smart and leave. Be smart about it. Don't be, I'm leaving and you ain't nothing anyway, such and such. That's why I did this and did that. You asking for a butt whooping. You're asking for one. Sometimes it's just best to shut up. That's to all my sisters out there, just be quiet. To all my brothers out there that's in the relationship, just because we're men, that don't mean that woman ain't got nothing to go upside your head with. How many brothers we know came with that mentality and they unalived them? It's countless. It's countless bodies in the morgue about this stuff, people. So we just got to be smart about things. Don't sit up there and give let nobody take your positive energy away because they're negative. Then they're gonna do nothing but bring you down. You was here, now you study, now you're here, then you're here. Next thing you know, you just as bad as that person is. If you don't like toxicity in your life, by all means, get out of it. But there's also a flip side to this. Some people just love that type of stuff. Like I told you guys earlier what the guy said. Hey, I got to pick an argument with my girl, or I got to pick an argument with my guy. We going to tear the house down. We going to argue, but that makes me feel good. That makes me know he loves me. How stupid is that? How stupid is that? If I have to show you I love you by being toxic, that means I don't love you. I just have you for what you can do for me. Instead of saying, hey, let's just leave this stuff alone, man. Let's work on us. No, it ain't can't be there because somebody gonna always do this. And you know what they say about the loose lips? It sinks ships, man. Men, as men, we have natural tendencies to fix things, but we don't have the ability to fix mental illness. Marcus, you did it again, bro. You are right. Because God made man and woman different. Men, in certain situations, can put a woman in her place respectfully. In certain situations, women can put men in their place respectfully. Women can calm men down. But they don't use that power. They use other type of power. Like, he's mad at you. You ain't got to argue back at him. Or vice versa. You ain't got to argue back at her. That's why when you see these shows and stuff, and you can, if you ever talk to a police, they'll tell you the first thing to do what? When y'all having a problem, leave. Because whether we like it or not, the whole court system is all toxic because it's pointed to help the woman. She can be over her side guy house and they get into a fight. He can beat her up. She can come home and try to take it out on you and pick up the phone and say, he beat me up. Do you think they're going to believe you when you say, no, she just walked in. She was like this. I'm trying to find out the problem. No, you got to go to 26, bro. But we bring this on ourselves. We bring it on ourselves. We should never want to be in a relationship with a toxic woman or a toxic man. The traits are already there. And if you hang around somebody long enough, you're going to see these traits. Remember the story I was telling you guys about if you're dating a man and everything starts out fine and y'all have an argument, he be like, shut up before I slap you. 9 times out of 10, if you keep talking and it boils up, he's going to slap you. Or I beat your butt, or I do this, do that. Those are the signs right there. But we look at it like, oh, he just mad, or oh, she ain't gonna do that. She just mad. You make her mad, she go out there and slice up your tires, or bust the windows out your car, and there you go. It's already right there. You can tell by somebody how they're wired just by talking to them. Just by talking to them. I met a lot of people in my life. I talked to a lot of people. And right there, that glimpse, when they get to talking and they get to saying crazy stuff, you like, yeah, okay, well, I know how to take this one. Yeah, well, I'm out of here, man. That's why I don't hang around people like that. I speak to them. All right, man, I got to go because I already know what they're about. The next thing you know, I'll be hanging with them going to do stupid stuff. It'll happen to me. It'll happen to you guys too. So we got to be careful what the company we keep, friendship, situations, relationships, marriage. People know what they're getting into before they get married. Now, I'm not saying it's everybody, but some people do hide secrets. That they do. But if you're in a relationship with a guy and stuff ain't going right when you're boyfriend and girlfriend, what makes you think it's going to go right when you become husband and wife? Nobody changes like that. Oh, I beat the crap out of you, but when we get married, I ain't gonna do that no more. Or I'm out here sleeping with all these different men. I got all these I got a baby on the way, but if we get married, I ain't gonna do it no more. No, man. My father used to say, lepers don't change their spots. The same thing you do in a relationship, boyfriend and girlfriend, it's gonna be the same thing you do when you say I do. It may not be pronto, but it's going to happen, because in this world, it's hard for people to come up out their ways. So if he was beating you up when you was just lovebirds, y'all got that ring, now he can beat you up legally. Yeah, I know it's a joke, but you know what I'm saying, because marriage is legal. So there you go. So you mean to tell me you didn't know this man was toxic when y'all was dating? Oh, he loved me, or man, look, she do this, but I still love her. We heard it all the time. We hear that all the time. I need a gangster beat. That's traits of being. Who wants a gangster beat? Let's just be honest about it. And guess what? We were dumb. We were stupid. We were singing the song. I don't want no woman that have manhood. I mean, not manhood. That have masculine ways just like me. I come in the house. What up? She be like, what up? Like, wait a minute. Did I say it twice? You know, be a woman. See, the thing about being feminine, you're not supposed, you can, but the thing about being feminine, you can't cut it off and on. You got to be that till you leave this world. The thing about being masculine, it's the same thing. So feminine energy, you know, when I got to find the right man and he got to make me feminine. No, you're a fool. You be what you are. Because men don't never say that. Well, I'm going to be masculine if I find a right girl to bring the masculinity out of me. Nope. Be a man, homie. Treat her right. If she ain't treating you right, you leave. But don't change what you are. Same thing for the ladies. Treat him right. If he ain't treating you the way you want, leave. Don't say, well, hey, he stopped doing this, so I'm going to stop doing it too. Now I got to put on my big boy shoes. No, it's useless. It's all useless. You can't pick and choose the nature you want to be. You can't say, well, we was dealt the shorthand of the stick, so we have to be women. But now we dealt the shorthand of the stick. The guy left us and he did that, blah blah that. He leave with no money. So guess what? Now I got to be masculine to all men. You'll never be happy. And you can quote me on that. Most masculine women are not happy, just like most simp men are not happy, because you're taking away what you need to be. Nobody wants a woman that dresses like a man or portray herself to have man ways. I ain't talking about the LGBT people. I'm just saying a woman that acts like a man, always in her masculine energy. Always. A woman don't supposed to have masculine energy anyway. Woman, that means you're the softer side. Stay feminine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's when we were raised like that, we don't know any better, because we saw our mamas do it. We saw our mamas stand up to guys and call these guys out their name stuff and try to fist fight them, and then she get knocked down. Guess what? It's his fault. No, wake up and smell the coffee, people. Your mother put herself in that situation. She has to get herself out that situation. Just like Marcus say, men can fix a lot of problems. Men can fix plumbing. Men can fix a house. They probably tied up, but they'll fix it. But men cannot fix mental illness. Women can't fix it either. That's why you got professionals. And even if you don't want to go to a professional, guess what? Learn how to sit down and talk to each other. Learn how to sit down and talk to each other. Yes, I am one of those guys that say, yeah, the black community, man, we need therapy like a son of a gun, because we're all screwed. We all been through the trials and tribulations, all of us. Ain't none of us make it to the age when we start dating or got off on our own and we said, hey, that ride was picture perfect. No. None of us can say that. But hey, the brother's right, man. Marcus, I appreciate you for that, man. We need help. We need to sit and learn how to talk to each other without blowing the coop. If you want to have a conversation, we can have a conversation. Yeah, sometimes somebody might get louder than the other, but it don't make me go out of my way to make you feel like a fool or the same thing with you. Now we got to hit below the belt. I ain't went out there and had all these damn kids by all these niggas. And, well, I caught you with all them women and blah, blah, blah. You ain't got to hit below the belt. Sit down and talk about it. Well, babe, you know what? Whoop the band, whatever. Such and such this and such that. Well, you know, you're right. I apologize. Look, if I offended you, I apologize. If you change the tone, he or she will change the tone. Now, don't get me wrong. You still got these ignorant people. No matter what you do, you could be as friendly as Jesus. They still gonna have something to say because they don't know any better. They was always taught to fight. And I don't mean fist fight. I mean verbally fight. Well, I'm sorry or whatever. Yeah, but you sorry, but you no, dude, just let it go. Once it's done, it's done. So all of us got our hands in that toxic pot, whether we like it or not. A lot of us say, man, I ain't toxic. Sit back and think about your life for a second. Just sit back and think about it. We all did some toxic stuff. Stalking, that's all part of being toxic. Stalking, stalking people. We probably was doing that too. We're all guilty for that. Being nosy, going through people's phones and stuff, those are toxic traits. So it is what it is. This is your boy Pico the City Brown, man. I want to thank you guys for listening. Once again, I appreciate everybody who was on my live today. To the newcomers that came up here, hey, you already know, well, you don't know what to do, but I'm gonna tell you what to do. You can follow my page on YouTube at Pico the City Brown. One-on-one Talk, PTSD with me. One-on-one Talk is this show, One-on-one Talk. PTSD is coming soon, coming back rather. Go to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Run on over there to TikTok, type my name in, Pico City, hit that follow button. You can follow me on YouTube, subscribe to my page on, you can follow me on TikTok. I always get that messed up. You can follow me on TikTok. You can subscribe on YouTube and like my stuff. Hey, another thing. Please, I'm asking everybody to do me a big, solid favor. As they say back in the days, I want you to do me a solid. I need you guys, if you want to, please feel free to share my post. You can share any post. Hey, that makes it bigger for us. So if you want to like, comment, share, hey, feel free to put it on your page. Feel free to put it on your mama page. Feel free to put it on anybody's page. Hey, that's how this thing gonna grow. So yes, hey, if you want to share it, go ahead and do it. You have my permission. I'm not tripping over none. Just share it. You never know. You'd be surprised at the outcome we can get. But without further ado, I'm out of here. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Pray more and always keep God first. This is Pico the City Brown One-on-One Talk signing off saying hasta mañana. I love you guys and I might see you guys tomorrow. I'm out of here.